So yeah, so yesterday we completed unit number 1, right? Topics related with unit number we covered, right? So unit number 1 is very easy. The entire unit 1 is a theoretical one. Now from today onwards we'll start with unit number 2. Unit number 2, there is a lot of mathematics part is there, so I tried to simplify it, and then we'll go one by one topic in much more detail. So I required maximum 3 to 4 hours to complete this unit. The first and important part is related with this yeah. So in unit number 2, we are having, if you understand this first part where we are talking about the describing a single set of data. So if this part is clear, then the rest all the things are very easy, because everything is having a relevance with that topic. So we'll try to complete the unit number 2. Today we'll start with unit number 2. Unit number 1 is entirely theoretical unit, where in that unit we already covered the definition of data science, definition of big data, then the different advanced tools we require when we are dealing with the big data, as well as we also covered the different types of data which is available in a data science case. Then we gone through the entire process. So we have total 6 steps when we are dealing with the data science process. So the first step is your business understanding. Next we are understanding data. Second is we are preparing a data. Third step is nothing but we are building a model. Fourth step we are evaluating model. Fifth step we have, in that we are going to deploy the model, and last step we have to perform the monitoring and maintenance. Okay, so in that way we covered all the stuff in that unit number 1, and last part we covered, that is the definition of machine learning. So here in machine learning we are doing the we are not going to program the stuff based on input data and output data. We are trying to find the relation between that data and the entire stuffs are happening. So we covered entire stuff in unit number 1. Now today we'll start with unit number 2, and I think in unit number 2 mostly they will go for the problematic statements. The problems they are going to play an important role here. So unit number 2 is statistics, or we will consider it as a descriptive statistics. Now what is the definition of statistics, to which part we are considering as a statistics, that we'll see here. So the definition of statistics, basically it is a branch of mathematics, okay, or it refers to the mathematics. So that's why the mathematics is a very important when we are dealing with this. Okay, yeah. So statistics refers to the mathematics and techniques which we are using for understanding the data. This is the important part. So generally statistic, it is coming inside a part of EDA. So that is a exploratory data analysis. We require this stuff to understand the data or to perform a, what you can say, analysis of data. Okay. Already, so this is a syllabus available for unit number 2. So that I described you. So first point we have to learn how we are going to describe a single set of data. Means here we are having a single feature, and with respect to that feature we are trying to understand what is there in that data. Right, so we'll see that there are multiple factors are there. We'll see one by one each factor in detail. Next we have to identify the correlation. Actually the first point is talking about the single set of data, so we are considering a single feature. Now when we are going for a correlation, in correlation as well as we have to deal with the covariation. Correlation might be related with the, what you can say, two data sets. So here we required F1 and F2. We require two different features to identify the correlation between them. So from here onwards, from the second point onwards, we have to consider more than one feature. In the first point we are only going to consider one feature, and here we are going to consider more than one feature or more than one column, you can say, for understanding purpose. Okay, then we have to deal with the Simpson's paradox, some other correlation caveats, correlation and causation. ठीक है ना. So these are the part available with this. So today we will try to cover entire stuff related with a single set of data, and from tomorrow we'll try to see with the remaining part. So today we'll deal with a single set data, and the rest of the topics we'll see tomorrow. Then after that, after completion this descriptive statistics, basically we are moving toward the probability part. So somewhere in your mathematics you might have dealt with the probability, but now we have to see the same probability with respect to our data science part. So here we have to deal with the dependence and independent variables. What is the conditional probability? What is the Bayes theorem based on that? Which random variables we are using? Then we have some distributions. So what is the continuous distribution out of that? What is the normal distribution? And lastly we are going to deal with the central limit theorem. Okay, so in this way we are having the contents related with this unit. Now we'll start the first part. So in first part basically we have to talk about the single set of data. Before going to see that part, this part already we covered in the last class, but still I will revise that part because today's our entire description is based on this first two part, the first moment business decision and the second moment business decision. This part we are calling it as what? Descriptive statistics or the EDA, exploratory data analysis, or the another name is what you can say, EDA. The remaining parts are also there, but in your syllabus it is not there in unit number 2. So we will not go for a third moment business decision and fourth moment business decision, but we will deal with this first two part, first moment business decision and second moment business decision. Anyone is having any idea what we covered in first moment business decision? Yes, in first moment business decision, that we are considering as what? It is a measure of central tendency. So if you have a one feature, suppose I am considering feature number 1, suppose that feature is age, and if in that I am having total 5 records, 1 2 3 4 5. Suppose the age of first person is 20, the age of second person is at 21, age of third person suppose it is at 22, then next is at 23, and next is at 24. I am having 5 records. In that I am considering a single feature which is nothing but age, and this age is having total this 5 parameters. So how we are going to perform analysis based on this parameter? So here we are talking about the central tendency. So when we are dealing with the central tendency, these 3 parameters, they play an important role. So what these 3 parameters told? First parameter, it tells about the mean. So what is the mean? What you can anyone say? What is the mean of this? How we are calculating a mean? The same stuff we have to repeat here. How we are calculating a mean? Mean is nothing but addition of all the stuffs, right? 20 plus 21 plus 22 plus 23 plus 24 divided by total number of elements. How many elements we have in this case? We have total 5 elements, right? So what is the mean in this case? You go for addition. This addition, it will come around 110, and which is nothing but a 22. As all numbers are in the sequential way and they are the odd number, so the middle element is always your mean. So I will get the mean value as a 22. So this will describe. So what is the 22? 22 is your central element inside this age. If you see, that's why it is considered as what? Measure of central tendency. So mean I have it as a 22. The second part is a median. So in median, what we need to do? In median, either you have to arrange your data in a ascending order or in a descending order. In this case, your data itself is in the ascending order, and we have to select the median values. We have to select which value? Median value. So what is the median value or the middle value which is available in this case? That is a 22. So for this case, median is also 22. And now third parameter is the mode. Mode defines the term which comes maximum number of time in your data set. Now if you see, all the terms are unique one, means 20 is a different value, 21 is different, 22 different, 23 and 24. So the mode for this is all the 5 values, 20, 21, 22, 23 and 24. This is the mode available for this example. But if in certain way, if I will change this, if I will make this value as a 20, last value of 20, then what is the mode? Mode represent the elements which is having a maximum frequency. Okay, here it is mentioned more modes implies the presence of clusters. Okay, okay. So here we are having a clusters in this case, but now what is the mode in our case? The number which repeats multiple times. So in this case we have a 20, this value comes twice, so the mode it will become 20 in this case. But as we made this 20, your median is not going to change, right? Or median is going to change. What happened? Can anybody tell? See, if we have the 220 value, then again we have to arrange the element in the initial case. So that is 20, 20. So as we have two values, the 20, 20, next one is a 21, next one is a 22, and next one is a 23. So what is the median in that case? So median value is a 21. So this is not 22. Now this will become 21 if I will make a certain change. And now if I will go for this mean part. So what is the mean? So as from this 24 I made 20. So this addition it will become what? 106 divided by 5. Because from 24 I made this value 20. So now the addition I will not get as a 110. It will be 106 divided by 5. So this is what? 21 point. That is 2. So you will be having the mean in this way. Is it clear? This part is clear, because in this unit you have to deal with this stuff only. What is the mean? What is the definition of mean? Mean is nothing but average. What is the meaning of average? Addition of all the elements divided by total number of elements. That is the definition of mean. Is it clear? What is the median? Arrange the number either in ascending order or descending order and select the middle value. Is it clear? ये क्लियर हो रहा है क्या? क्योंकि in your exam they will ask the question, and mode is nothing but we have to select the element which occurs multiple number of times. So here 20 occurs two times, 21 occurs one time, 22 occurs second time, and 23 occurs third time. Is it clear? Yes, can you please reply? Okay, see, we will see one more example, because on this I don't think so they will ask you the theory question. They will definitely go for what you can say, the practical. Now I will consider two cases. See, I have this a list. In that a, I will take some simple value for understanding purpose, 1 2 3, or if you want, what you can say, we will take in some other way. Okay, 1 2 3, and there I will take one value as a -1, second value as a -2. Okay, this is one list I have. I will take one more list here. B is equal to, I will write 6 5 3 2 and 1. And now we have to calculate the central tendency of all this. So can you tell me what is there in central tendency? Central tendency में क्या आएगा यहाँ पे? Central tendency contains, first we have to deal with the mean. What is the mean of this? Okay, we will take one more element. I will take the element as a 7. So here you will be having odd numbers, here you will be having a even number. So what is the mean of this? So mean is 1 plus 2 plus 3 minus 1 minus 2 and divided by total number of elements. So my total value is 5. So this will come as what? 3 plus 2, 5, 6, 6 minus 3, 3. So this value is what? 3 upon 5. So your mean will be 0.6. Clear? Now we'll talk about a median. What happens in median? What we are doing in median? In median you arrange the element either in ascending or descending order. Okay? Suppose most of the time we are arranging it in the ascending order. Okay? So what happen here? If you arrange in the ascending order, the order will be -1, -2, 1, 2 and 3. And we have to select the middle value. So total number of elements are 5. So what is your middle value? The middle value is a 1. So my median value is a 1. And now if you go for a last part, which is nothing but a mode. So now what happened for mode here? As all values are unique values, all are separate values. So you will get the mode as 1, 2, 3, -1 and -2. Okay? Okay? But suppose in this you will be having one more. I will only talk about mode. Mean and median will be like same. If you have one value, which is now what happened? Yes, we'll write down initially 1, 2, 3, -1 and -2. This is all the modes, because we don't have any mode, any number in the repeated way. But अगर आपके पास ऐसा scene है, you will be having suppose 1, 1, 1, 2, 2. Now what is the mode in this case? For this case, what is the mode? Okay, we'll consider as x. What is the mode? So mode for x, it is nothing but 1. Because 1 appears maximum number of times. ठीक है ना? So this is the measure of central tendency available for your data set. Okay, and we are considering only a single data set. Here I am only talking about A. So mean, median, mode, I think it is clear. Here I have odd number of terms. Now we'll go for even number of terms. So can you tell what is the mean value here? Mean value for B, what is that? You have to calculate 7 plus 6 plus 5 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1 divided by total number of elements are 6. So what is this value? 7 plus 6, we have 13, 18, 21, 24 and 25. This value will come 25 by 6, which will come around something around 4 point what? 24, 1, 4.166, something like that. This is the mean we have. Now what is the median in this case? How to calculate median in this case? Yes. So initially you arrange all the elements in the, what you can say, in the proper way. So proper way is nothing but I am arranging it in the ascending order 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Now what is the middle element? Now total number of elements are 6, which is even number. So if you will be having this case, then at that time median is calculated. How median is calculated? Which two elements at the center? So we are having these two elements at the center, 3 and 5. So the median is calculated with the average of both. So 3 plus 5 divided by 2, that is nothing but 4. So I am having a median as a 4. And now what is the mode? Again, in this case, all are unique values. We will consider one more case. Suppose I will give the variable as a y, and I am writing 1, 2, 3, 5, 5, 6. Oh. Now can you tell me what is the mode here? Yes, what is the mode in this case? Which value is appearing multiple number of times in this case? So if you see properly, there are 5 which appears twice. So your mode is 5. Is it clear? Is this part is clear? Because if you understand this part, then the next part will be easy. Okay? Is it clear? At least reply in the chat if you are unable to speak, so that we can go ahead. Okay. Let's move to the next part now. Okay. So I explain you about the first moment business decision. Okay. Now this is related with the third moment business decision, right? Yeah. So this is the definition we have. What is there? So first, in your exam, they will ask you the question, explain mean, median, mode, as well as they may give one data set. Based on that, you have to calculate it. So this is the final, what you can say, expectation we have. So what is the mean? Mean is nothing but we are adding all the values divided by total number of values. Median is nothing but you arrange the number either in ascending or descending order and select the middle value if there are odd numbers, and if you have even numbers, then what you have to do? We are talking about if you have even numbers, then we are taking an average of the middle two values. And mode is nothing but basically it gives the most frequent number, appearance of the most frequent number in our data set. Clear? Okay? Yeah. So this is something related with what we can say related with the first moment business decision. Now we'll see the same with your practical example. Okay? So I have written one code. We'll go with that part. Yes. Is my screen is visible? Yes. So please check this thing. So initially I have taken some elements. Okay. Purposefully I have taken more number of elements. I will also share the link. Basically in that link they provided this data set. That's why I have taken it. So this is the value which we have. Then what is the max value of the num friend? So this is the list we have. So if you take the max value, we will get a 50. Now what is the mean value? I will add one more cell and we can calculate the mean value. I think you might be knowing we are having a mean, and then we are having a mean, and in mean basically we are having num underscore friends. Okay. So if you run this, you will get the mean value. Okay. Just a moment. So this is the max value and this is the mean value. So mean value is 1 and max value is a 50. So this is the first thing. See, we are talking about a single set. We are talking about a one variable only. So one variable or one column. So this is my column having name num friends, which is having this much values. So out of this given values, what is my maximum value? My maximum value is 50 and minimum value is 1. Now if you do the calculation of this, so I am having total 200 values. Out of that, what is the count we have? So in this it is mentioned the number 43, it appears 6 times. The number 50, it appears 7 times. Number 25, it appears 5 times, in this way. So we are having a count, the count of every number available inside it. Where we required a count, you required a count when we are going for mode calculation, right? So basically here one value 6, which appears 13 times. So the 6 is a number which appears maximum number times, that is 13. So my mode will be 6. We will see this part when we will go to the next block. So these are the elements we have, and I am going to plot it. So for plotting purpose, we are using a histogram. So we are going to draw the histogram of this. So histogram is as good as bar plot. I think you can see this plot. Now what you can understand from this plot? So if you see, there are values. I told you I have total how many values? 50 values, which is starting from 0 to 50. And here it is a frequency. So in this frequency, if you see, the maximum value is there for 6. This number is 6, which we have here. Okay. So you can see in this diagram, this is the maximum count we have, and this value, it is nothing but what? 6. This is the value for 6. We have a maximum count. And what was that count? The total number of elements are 13 in this case. Okay, so histogram we are basically using the total number of how many total number of unique elements we have and what is their count. So in our case we have total 50 unique elements. Okay, and the maximum count is there for 6. Clear? Is it clear? Okay, chalo, let's go ahead. Now see here. So whatever the data set we represented, in that data set we are having this length. So I am representing my length. So total number of elements are 204 in this case. What is the maximum value? Just now we have seen we have total 50 element. The 50 is the maximum value we have, and minimum value is what? 1. Now what I am doing here, at the end I am going to sort it. Now why we require a sorting? Can anybody tell why we require a sorting? In which case we require a sorting? We have 3 parts. We have mean, median and mode. So in median basically we require a sorting. The elements we should have in the sorted way, and we are selecting the middle part. So now here in this case what happened? You know that what is the value we have? Total number of elements are 204, which is the even count. So the mean, how we are calculating a median? So we are arranging all the elements in the sorted way, and then we are using 102 and 103. We are adding the value of both these indexes, and then we will get the median part. Okay, na? So in this way we have it. So see, sorted element, the first value is 1, already we know that. The second value is also 1 in sorted element, and the last value, which is the largest value, is nothing but what? 50, right? The minus 2 or minus 1 also you can write. To access the last element we have the value as 50. So minimum value is 1 and maximum value is 50. And we are arranging in the sorted way, ascending way. So that's why the 1 is the initial value and 50 is your maximum value. 1 is repeated for how many number of times? That you can observe through this, what you can say, histogram. In histogram, what is the frequency of 1? If you see this, the frequency of 1 is 5. What is the frequency of 2? The frequency of 2 is 8. The frequency of 3 is 4. Frequency of 4 is 2. Frequency of 5 is again 4. Frequency of 6, just now we have seen it is what? 13. In this way we have the different elements and their frequency in our data set. Okay? Now there is one more concept we are calling it as a quantile. Anyone is having any idea what is a quantile? Have you heard this word quantile? Yes. So now we'll try to see this quantile over here. Yes, what is a quantile? So basically what happens, just try to understand this concept related with the quantile. You are arranging the numbers in the ascending way. Okay, na? Suppose I have one array. I am writing one example. Just see this example. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Total how many elements we have? Total 10 elements we have. In a quantile basically we are representing the percentage which is available with us, right? So what it means basically, now if you see there are 10 values are there. So with respect to percentage, if you go, so this is what? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 index wise, right? If you want to see the what is the 1% or the, sorry, not 1, 10%. So 10% means where you will get the 10% value. So if you consider only a single value, this is a 10% we have, right? So if you go for quantile, so it is represented here, quantile num friends. Suppose this is my num friends. If I am writing this as a num friends, so for which value you will get a value which is of 10%. So see, in this case, if you see this value for a 2, the value which are below than 2, these are the 10% value, because total values are 10. So out of that only one value is 10%. So if you take the quantile of this, you will get this value as a 2. Is it clear? Now what is the 20%? So this is the 20%. So for answer for 20% is a 3. Answer for 30% is again what? 4 in this way. Is it clear? Yes. So every value is acting as a 10%, right? So we should have, so the 10, if you are writing 0.10, it implies that the value or the element for which you will be having less than element, those who are giving you the count as a 10%. 20% means see 1 and 2, these two elements are a 20%. So if the quantile 20%, it will return the value as a 3. So the elements which are below than 3, they are representing the count as a 20% in this way. Is it clear? Yes. Okay, we'll take the example so that you can understand in much more detail about this. Okay, na? Okay, instead of num friends, what we'll do, we'll keep it as it is, num friends. Okay, and this num friends value we can write on the top, and I'm giving the same value 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 and 10. Okay, so now see what is the 10% value. If you run this code, what is the 10% value you'll get? You will get the value as a 2. Why we are getting 2? Why not 1? Yes, just now I described what is the case we have here. So the 10 value we have because we are representing this. If you consider this 2 number, below this 2 you will be having 10% value. Now if I'll write the value, if I'll change this value, and instead of this, if I'll write the value 0.60% or 0.6, this value is always written as a point or 0.75. You can consider it as. Now can anybody tell what should be the quantile I will get? For which value you will be having a value which will give me the less than 75%. Every value is your 10%, right? So if you are writing 0.75, I should get the answer. What should be my answer? It should be 80. Below 80 you will be having all this value, those who are representing the value less than 80%. So you will get maximum up to 79%, right? So 0.75, if you run this, you will get the answer as, what is your answer? You will get the answer as 8. Hope so this concept is clear. Is it clear? Quantile, this is the value below which we are representing the number of values in terms of their percentage. But this percentage you will get when you are arranging the number in ascending order only. Is it clear? It is not like that. Now see, I will change this. What I am doing, I am changing this. I am writing this value as a 10, 8, 9, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. See, even if I am changing this value, what it is doing, it is representing 0.75% value, that is a 8 value. Why it is like that? Because in quantile, the first process which they are doing, that is nothing but a sorting. Without sorting, quantile or this process is not repeated. The median is calculated by doing a sorting operation, as well as quantile is also calculated using a sorting operation. Is it clear? This part is clear? Okay. Yes, so this is about quantile. Next I told you about a mean. So what is the formula for mean? Mean is already we have seen here. What is the formula for mean? Summation of all the values divided by number of values, by which we can calculate this mean. Okay, then we have a median. What is the formula for median? Arrange all the elements in the sorted way. So we are doing the sorting of all the elements and we are selecting the mid value. But now here we are having 204 values, so the middle value will come at the index 102. So as 102 is our even number, the middle value is calculated by this way. Okay, that is 102 plus 103 divided by 2. If you have even numbers and if you have odd numbers, means if you have 5 numbers, the middle value itself come at the index 3. So that's very easy. Okay, na? Yes. And next, mode value. Yeah. So what is a mode? Just now I told you that where we have the value of a mode. So if you just, I will run this num friends again. If you run this num friends again, what we have seen, for which element we have a greater value, already we have seen the histogram. इस histogram में किसका value सबसे ज़्यादा है? If you see the number 6 appears 13 number of times. So the mode value, it will represent as a 6. Okay, so we'll see that case. Yes, we are here related with the mode. So if I'll run this code, I will get the value of a mode as a 6. Can you see this? The mode is 6 and its count is what? Its count is 12. 13. The count is 13. Okay, clear? Yes. Yeah. Now this example I purposefully have taken because in your exam, what I think they will ask you the question on this. They will provide one data. With respect to that data, they will ask you to calculate the mean. So how you will calculate the mean? Add all the elements divided by total number of elements. That will give the mean value. How you will go for median? What is the median value in this case? Can anybody tell the median value? I will get the median value. Yes. Why I am repeating this part? Because we require this part. Means in this unit, everywhere you require this mean median mode. So how to calculate a median? Arrange all the elements in the ascending order. So it is 0, it is 0, it is 0. Next will be having 1, next will be having 2, next will be having 2, next will be having 3, next will be having 4, and next will be having 7 and 9. This is the sorted list we have. Out of this, what is the median? What is the middlemost element? But initially you must know how many number of elements you have. So how many number of elements you have? 1, 0, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 elements are there. So 5 and 6 element we have to consider in that case. So these are the 5th and 6th element. So you have to take the average of it. So that value should be 2 plus 2 divided by 2. So that will come again 2. So your median is 2. What is your mean? Mean will come 2.8. Just add all the elements divided by 10. So as we are adding this, that is 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 1 plus 2 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 7 plus 9. This value we have to divide it by 10 as total number of elements 10. I think this value will come as 28. 28 by 10, the addition is 2.8. Now third is about what? Mode. So what is a mode in this case? Mode is the element which occurs multiple times. So which element occur multiple times? If you see this, the occurrence is 0. So my mode is 0 and the count for that mode is 3. The 0 occurs for 3 times. Is it clear? Yes. Are you clear with this part? So the measure of central tendency we completed here. And we are talking only about the univariate analysis, that is single variable. We are considering a single data set. So for single data set, the first part which we are using is nothing but what? Mean, median and mode. Now one important part, you might be thinking why to go for mean and median. See, suppose this is the example. I am writing A, it is equal to 1, 2 and 3. I am only considering 3 values. Can you tell me what is the mean of this? Mean nothing but average. So mean will come as a 2. And what is the median of that? So median is also 2. The middle value is 2. Now I will change this. My A, instead of writing this, I will write 1, 2 and 30. Can you tell me what is the mean of this? What is the mean of this? Mean is addition of all divided by total number of elements. So that value is what? 33 divided by 3. Mean is 11. But now what happened for median? The median, it will only give the value 2. Because if you arrange these 3 elements in the ascending order, we will still have the element 2 at the same position. So now see, median, it will not represent all the elements in the proper way, but mean, it will represent all the elements in a very proper way. It will actually the representation of central tendency. So in this case, basically 30 is considered as an outlier, as this value is very big than that of your mean, right? Because of 30, your mean, it has changed from 2 to 11. So this is a very big value we have. So such a values, those who change your mean, they will be considered as an outlier. They might be positive outlier, there might be negative outlier. In this case, the 30 is a positive outlier. So you might be having some negative outlier. Is it clear? Why we required mean and why we required median? Okay. Okay. Now we'll move towards the next part. The second part related with our experiment. Yes, quantile. Just now I described you about a quantile. What is a quantile? You see that part. Now the second part is related with the dispersion. Right? The second part is related with the dispersion. In dispersion, again you are having total 3 things with you. Which are that 3 things? The first important part is a range. Range will represent the range for your given case. So here you are considering a max value minus mean value, that will give you the range. So range is little bit easy for explanation purpose. Okay. Now next is nothing but in measure of dispersion, we are talking about the variance and the standard deviation. This is the formula of variance. What is this formula? In the last lecture also we described this formula. This is XR. XR means every element available inside your what you can say a data set minus mu. This mu is nothing but a mean. So to calculate a variance, initially you required a mean. So for every value you have to minus mean from that, then you have to perform a square of that, again you have to perform a addition, summation of all the elements, and that value is divided by n. So in this way we have, this is the formula for variance, and the standard deviation is simply we are taking a square root of our variance, that is a sample, what you can say, standard deviation, and this is representing, u is represented as a mean. So we have these three cases, you will be having variance and you will be having a standard deviations, ठीक है ना, okay. But variance is not preferred instead of variance, standard deviation is preferred. Why? Because in variance, as we are squaring the numbers, the thing is that if you have outliers, then that outlier impacts a lot. So because of that we are moving towards what, standard deviation, where we are taking a square root of a variance, and because of that the whatever the impact of outlier is there, that is get reduced. So the most important concept is the standard deviation, which we are going to prefer. Okay. So in second moment business decision we have three cases: range, variance, and the standard deviation. Standard deviation is calculated by taking a under root or the square root of the variance. That is a simple concept. Okay. Okay. Yes. Just a moment. Now again we'll come to our program related with this part. Okay. So we are calculating a range. What is a range? Yes, range is simply nothing but max value minus mean value. So whatever the num friends we selected, okay, this is the first num friends. We have already seen this part. In this case, what is the max value we have? Yes, max value was a 50 and the mean value was a 1. So what is the range you will get? My max value minus mean value, that will be what? 49. So the range available for this data set is nothing but what? 49. Okay. Just a moment. Yeah. So we are coming toward the dispersion. Yeah, and what is the dispersion? Dispersion, it reflects, what it reflects basically, it reflects how spread of our data is with respect to central value, right? So the spread is important. Disperse, how we are dispersing the data. So in this case you can say max value minus mean value, and that value it will give the value as a 49, because your max value was a 50 in our case and your mean value was what? It was a 1. Okay. Yes. Now for this data again the same, in the same way, see the mean I will get as a 10. For this data, mean is addition of all this thing, and for below data also the second is 74 and 75 line. If you see the mean is 10 for both the cases, as mean is 10, it doesn't mean that we are having a same data. If you see the data is very what you can say different. If you calculate the range will get the as a 40, and here the range will get it as a 4. So that's why the second moment business decision also important. The calculation of both these are important in our case. Okay, clear? So how the range is 40 here, the maximum value is 30 here, and the minimum value is minus 10. So 30 minus 10, that will give it as a 40, and the maximum value is 11 here, and the minimum value is what? It is 8 here. Sorry, maximum value is 12 and the minimum value is what? 8 here, and that's why the range is 4. Clear? So in this way we are arranging the elements. So in this way we have a first part in our second moment business decision, that is a range. Now next for variance, this is the formula. I think, is it clear? Can you see this? Yes. So the variance, just now we have seen the formula, but there are two cases we have for variance. We might be having a population and sample. Population means we are considering the entire complete all the data, and in sample we are considering only a sum of the parts. So based on that we are having a different contents. X is your value for of the data set for which we are calculating the this variance. Mu is your mean, n is the total number of elements. In this way we are having this formula. Okay. So what we are calculating here, just important thing, you required what? Initially you required a mean, then from every value you are subtracting a mean and we are taking a square, then we are doing the addition, summation, and then we are dividing it. Why I am saying this? Because we are going to write the function for that. So we have two variants, sample and population. Population means entire data set, and sample means we are taking some data from that. Okay. So first job, what we need to calculate? We need to calculate a mean. Then second thing, we have to calculate the difference with the mean. So for every value we are calculating a difference of mean. Third step, we are doing the square of that, and lastly we are taking a variance by dividing that value with a n-1 for sample data set, and for total data set if you have, you are considering the n. So now in the same way, see, this is the example we have num friends. We are taking this value 1 2 2 3 3 4 5, and then we are calculating the variance for that. So if you run this, you will get the value like this. So my variance is 1.809, so I will treat it as 1.81. For understanding purpose, I have given the explanation of this case for you. So I have the value 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we are calculating a mean. Mean is addition of divided by total number of elements. So that count is coming as 2.85. Then we are calculating this, what you can say, 1 minus this one, we are minusing from the mean, right? And then we have to perform what sum of the square of this, what is the value you will get. So 1 minus 2.857, that value is minus 1.857. we are doing the square of that. So in this way we are adding all the elements. Okay, and after adding all the elements, what we have, sum of square divided by n minus 1. So sum of square, you will get the value as 10.859 divided by n is 7, so n minus 1 is 6. So the final standard, it is a variance, you will get it as a 1.81. Is it clear? This entire step I reflected here for your understanding purpose. Standard deviation is what? Basically, this is the formula we have. So if you remove the under root, that is considered as a variance, and if you take the under root, that is considered as a standard deviation. Again, standard deviation is available for population and it is available for sample. Populations means entire data set, sample means you are considering only a small part of your data set. Okay, yes. Just a minute. Yeah, can you see this diagram? Yes, we are expecting the diagram in this way. So we are having a standard deviation in this way. Okay, yeah. Now why we require a standard deviation? So see, this is the formula we have. We are taking a square root of the, what you can say, part which is available with us. Okay, yes. So we are initially calculating a variance. How we are calculating a variance? See, for variance, first thing you require a mean. Second thing you have to take the difference with each and every value. Third thing you have to square it, and lastly you have to do the addition divided by n if you are having a population, or divided by n minus 1 if you are going for a sample values. Okay, clear? And if you take a square root of that, you will get a standard deviation. Now the next part is the interquartile range. What is the meaning of interquartile range? So basically what we have in this case, the interquartile range, I will tell you when you are arranging the numbers. Yeah, yes, just a moment. This is, yeah, this is the proper diagram through which you can understand it. Oh, sorry. Yes. So I think this, is it visible to you? Yeah. So you can see this. So when you are arranging the numbers, see, when you are arranging the numbers in ascending order, what happens basically? So in this way, if you see this part, you will get some value. So this Q1 is nothing but 25 percentile. Percentile means the value which is below 20. This Q1, it represents the, if you are having 100% data set, and if you arrange in the ascending order. So basically we are expecting the diagram in this way. This is our standard deviation. So this is nothing but our median part. Which part? Median. Median reflects what? It is representing second quartile, Q2 quartile, where we are having 50% data. So for median, you will be having 50% data towards the left hand side and 50% data towards the right hand side. You can see this median over here. This is the median. So median is considered as a Q2, 50% data. Then Q1 is considered as a 25% data. So for Q1, if you see, you will get a Q1 somewhere here, below which you will be having 25% data. Between Q1 Q2 you will be having again 25% data. Between Q2 and Q3, this is Q3, this is Q1. Quartile, it is called as a quartile. Between Q2 and Q3 you will be again having 25% data, and above Q3 you will be having again 25% data. So in this way we have total how many quartiles? So we are starting from 0 till 100%, and we are having how many quartiles? 3 quartiles. Q1 represents it 25%. Q2 represents 0 to, Q2 is a 50%. Q3 represents 0 to this thing 75%, and this last one is called as a Q4 quartile, where we are having entire data set. Is it clear? Q1, Q2 and Q3. So this we required because this is the part available inside your again this unit, where we have to talk about this data set. Okay, clear? Is it clear? So now whatever explanation I have given, the entire explanation is available in this diagram. Okay. So just I will read this. The interquartile range is a statistical measure which gives you the difference between Q3 and Q1. What is Q3? 75% part. What is Q1? 25% part. So it is 75 minus 25%. That is the 50% data available with respect to center. It is not from 0 to center, 0 to 50%. No. For when we are going for IQ or interquartile range, it gives the data which includes median. So it is Q3 minus Q1 and median is a Q2. So with respect to Q1, Q2 you will be having 25% towards the left hand side, and with respect to Q2 or median you are having 25% to the right hand side. So the data is a 50% data which is called as an interquartile range. Okay, you are having total 4 quartiles. Q1 considers 25% data from 0. Q2 considers 50% data from 0. Q3 concerns 75% data from 0, and Q4 concerns again 100% data from 0. In this way we have the diagram. Is it clear, this diagram? So first 25%, if you see, okay, this diagram, see it in a very proper way, because if you understand this, then the next part is a very easy. Okay, so this is 0 if you consider the first part. Up to this part we will be having the data, it is considered as a Q1. Then from this to this, means from 0 to this part, it is total 50% data, that is Q2 quartile. Then from 0 to this 25%, that is 25, 25, 25, it is 75%, it is Q3, and from 0 to last, it is your Q4. And what is your interquartile range? Interquartile range is the Q3 minus Q1. That is from 75% data to Q1. So this is the shaded part. It gives you the interquartile range. The terminology which they are using is the interquartile range. And how will you get the interquartile range? Arrange all the elements in the ascending order, calculate its 25% data, calculate its 75% data, and simply divide that data, 75% data minus 25% data. That will give you the value of what? It will return you the value of your quantile. Is it clear? Okay. And on this they will ask you the question. So see here I have given you the question. Just read this question. What? Find the median and quartiles for the below data. So first thing, whatever the data is available, arrange that data in the ascending order. That is our first job. So if you arrange the data in the ascending order, you will get the number 4, 4, 5, 6, 8, 8, 8, 9, 9, something, something. Okay, how many total number of elements we have? We have total 12 elements. What is Q1? Just now I described it. Q1 is nothing but from what? When you are arranging the number in the ascending order, then Q1 reflects what? It reflects from 0. So this is your first value. 0 to this value is a 25% data. You can see 4, 4, 5. Out of 12, 4, 4, 5 are 3 values. So that is a 25% data. Then from this to this Q2, it represents 50% data. So see, total 6 values are there. Then from 0 to Q3, it is 75% data. So this is 25. This is one more 25, this is one more 25, and lastly this is 25% data. And we have to calculate Q3 and Q1. But what happened here? This value, if you see, this is the middle value, as we have an even number of elements. So the Q1, it represents 6 plus 5 divided by 2, and Q3 represents 9 plus 9 divided by 2. And if you subtract that, we will get our actual value. See, so you will get the answer. We will get the answer for that in this way. So 6 plus 5 divided by 2, you will get the answer as what? What is that value? You will get the answer as a 5.5, and the upper, that is 9 plus 9 divided by 2, that is 9, and the median is 8 plus 8 divided by 2, that is again 8. So what is your interquartile range? It is Q3 minus Q1. So Q3 is a 9 minus Q3 is a 5.5. So that value is give in this way, 1 point something, that like that. Okay, na? Okay. Okay, so in this way we are, in your exam they will be asking a question for calculation of a interquartile range. Are you having any issue with this? Yes. Is there any point which is not understood by you? IQR and the different stuff. One more example I have given. See again here in this diagram, Q1, Q3, the part which is below Q1. So some values are minimum value, that we are considered the outlier. You can see the green dots which is available in this diagram. They are outliers here. Okay, yeah. And again one more example they have given. So see, this is the entire example we have. So again, how many elements we have inside it? We have total 12 elements, so that 12 elements we divide into half and we will get a Q1. Q1 is your 25% part, but again same as we have the even number of elements, directly will not get a 25% part. You have to calculate the central part, that is 57 plus 6 divided by 2, that value is a 59, and this is what 77 plus 81 divided by 2, that is a 79, and your interquartile range is 79 minus 59. I think I represented it. Yes, see this, I have taken this value, all the values which they represented. These values, if you see, they all are given in the ascending order. In my list I represented it as a random values, but while calculating an interquartile range, all the values are arranged in the ascending order. Then initially median is calculated, because median is nothing but Q2. 50% data is available for median. Okay, so what is the median in this case? So middle values are 72, 72. 72 plus 72 divided by 2, that gives you the median. Okay, and your interquartile range is having a value as a 20. Is it clear? Yes. Is it clear? On this part they will ask you the numerical questions: interquartile range, mean, median, mode. Then you will be having standard deviation. Then you will be having your variance. Variance is simply under root of that. Is it clear? Yes. Is this part is clear? Okay. Okay. So in today's class we covered all the stuffs related with a single variable, single feature. In tomorrow's class we'll go for a multivariate data. Okay, na? If you understood single variable, then the multivariable is very easy to understand. Okay. Chalo. So we'll stop here. I will share this notebook to you as well as the presentation to you after this class. In tomorrow's class we'll cover the second half of this, and then we'll go for a probability part. Okay. Chalo. Okay. Thank you so much. Bye bye. Take care. Good day. Bye. Yes. Anyone is having any issue, any problem? Yes. Is everything is clear? Okay. Yes, sir. Will you spend? Actually, Tejas, I don't have. I also requested in the last class also. If you have, you share with me or you talk with the ma'am. I will also talk with the ma'am. Now let's see. We'll get it. If we'll get it, we'll discuss that part in the next week. Okay. One more thing. Tomorrow, are you having college? Means, is it possible to have a lecture tomorrow? Because we require a maximum 3 lectures to complete the entire unit number 2. So if you'll take it tomorrow, then you will get a chance. Means you will get more chance. As in the next week from 31st. Yeah. Rutuparna. Yes. We will start it from 4:50. No issue. But can we have the lecture tomorrow? And if you'll get a time. Okay. Tomorrow also you have a college. Okay. Okay. So we'll have the lectures tomorrow at 4:15. Yes, no issue. We will be having a lecture as 4:15, and tomorrow I will try to cover a maximum syllabus. So in the next week, means hardly we'll take one more lecture and we'll complete our syllabus. Okay. I will share this Jupyter notebook. Please go through it, as well as I will share the presentation. Right. In that I explain everything. Later on also, if you simply run the code, you can understand that stuff. For unit number 2, you will get a maximum problems. Instead of asking a theory questions, they will ask you the problems. Okay, chalo, we'll stop here. Thank you so much. Bye bye. Take care. Good day. Bye.